Well, hi everybody. So I know that it's actually Wednesday night, or well now I guess it's Thursday morning, but either way I'm aware that it's not Friday, but I'm making a video anyway because Thursday I'm like jam-packed straight through all day, and then Friday I'm getting up and I'm packing and then going to one last humanities class, and then I'm getting in a car with a girl that I don't really know and carpooling to Abby's house for spring break, and I'll be there for like 9 days. And I'm really excited. So, I thought I'd make you guys a video today because I didn't want to just like totally skip out and forget you guys because you're important to me and I love you. So really what I'm going to talk about today is how to write a story. As a lot of you already know, I love to write. I love it a lot. And a friend of mine, Sam, is trying to write a short story right now, and he called me and was like, hey, what advice can you give me on how to write a story? And I was like, you just write it. So I got to thinking, here's some stuff that I came up with. 1. Write. That sounds silly, but really, when it comes down to it, being a writer is someone who writes. So just sit down and try it. 2. Never use the word said. Because most stories are a lot of dialogue. People say, well, so-and-so said this, and then they said this, and then they said this, and then they said this, and the reader's going, Never use the word said. Say, shouted, whispered, screamed, grumbled, groaned, moaned, exclaimed, yelped, cried, expressed, displayed, conveyed. There are millions of words you can use other than said. Just don't do it, okay? 3. Don't be afraid to write out of order. Nowhere is it said that you have to write from beginning to middle to end. If you really understand the middle and what needs to happen in the middle, write the middle down. If you really have got what should really happen in the conclusion, write the ending. But start with what you know and understand. 4. Your characters are people, and they're people that will become very real to you as time goes on. And the more you understand about your characters, the better you can write them. I know for me, when I was working on Of Hurricanes and Porcelain, that there were days that I couldn't remember if I was Wren or if I was Amy or if I was Florence, which are the 2 main characters in my book. And there were days where I was genuinely confused. And that's how it should be. You need to really become your characters, and that takes time and energy. Something I do to understand my characters better, I write out stuff that happened in my day, and then I write out what they would have done. What I had to eat for lunch. What would Florence have eaten for lunch? What would Amy have eaten for lunch? If I got in a fight with a friend, what would Florence say about that? What would Amy have said? You start thinking through each scenario just in your life, what your characters would say instead of you. And the weird part is that the more you do this, the more natural it comes to you. And after a while, I find myself thinking automatically like the characters. And as you become familiar with those characters, then you can start writing as them and really expressing them rather than yourself. As an author, you are conveying someone who is so much more than you. They become their own person from your mind onto paper. The 5th thing is go back to like 4th grade grammar and remember what prepositional phrases, metaphors, and similes are. These 3 things will be your best friend. A preposition, for those of you who don't remember, like above, about, across, after, against, along, amid, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, but, by, down. I don't have those memorized in alphabetical order in case you're wondering. Yeah. Take one of those words and then add an article and then a noun. So, now that you're really confused because you don't know what any of this means, who knows the song, Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go? That's the best explanation I can think of prepositional phrases. Over the river. You got your prepositional phrase, you got your article, you got a noun. Through the woods. Through is your preposition. The is your article, and then woods is your noun. Adding those to your sentences will go a long way to making them seem real and making your thoughts come alive to your reader. But like the next part of speech I mentioned was similes. And similes are awesome. A simile is this like or as statement. Her eyes shined as bright as stars. That's a simile. He walked as a duck, all waddling and flat-footed. Okay, got what I'm saying about similes? And finally, metaphors. Metaphors are kind of like similes, but longer. She was a bird. A wild, restless thing that could not be caged. Her voice was all silver bells and soft laughter. Yeah, so those are my writing tips for the day. I hope they're helpful. Go give them a try, see what you write. Let me know if you write anything interesting. I'd love to read it. And I will see you guys soon. I'm not exactly sure when because I'll be at Abby's house next Friday, but I will most definitely post the week after. Practice writing if you feel like it. Let me know what you write, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Her hair was as soft as a herd of goats. That's a very bad simile. I vote you don't use that one.